Hello everyone, I'm the Solar Gamer, and welcome to Cities Skylines. Yes, this is going to be a preview Let's Play of the game, which is coming out on March 10th, and I really freaking enjoy it. I've played quite a bit of it currently, and yeah, I played a little bit of it as well at PDXCon, which was last month, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm really glad to actually get my hands on the full game here and just play. So we're going to do a little bit of a Let's Play. It comes out on March 10th, but this is just going to test your palettes. Taste? You get a little taste of the game. That's what I meant. I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, so this is essentially what SimCity should have been. I keep saying that to everybody I explain the game to, because this game is literally what SimCity was hoping to achieve. Obviously, it didn't, but that was, you know, for certain reasons. Yeah, so we're just going to jump into the game here, hit new game. Now, we have a couple maps to choose from right off the bat. There is a map editor, I believe. I heard somebody talking about that. And there's also Steam Workshop integration over here. So when this game becomes released, you know, modders will have a field day when it comes to different things. You can upload your save game, it looks like. Maps, buildings, intersections if you wanted to. I mean, road networks in this game, at least for me, are really hard. And I'll explain that a little bit more once we go into the game and we test around with it. But yeah, you could do anything with the Steam Workshop integration. It's going to be great. This game, I'm really excited to see once mod integration is at its peak, really. Okay, so new game. Where are we going to go? We have the Great Plains, River Run, Blackwoods, Islands, Shady Strands, sorry, Two Rivers, Sandy Beach, Diamond Coast, and Lagoon Shore. Now, we're probably going to do River Run because it is one of the easiest to build on. Its suitable area is 77%. It's a nice beginner into the series because you have a lot to work with. Basically, all resources, all outside connections, stuff like that. Now, when choosing a map, obviously you have to choose which kind of area you want to go for and what's suitable for what you have in mind. Now, we do have natural resources and water and outside connections, as I mentioned. We have oil, ore, fertile farming areas, and forestry resources, which is good too. We also have a little bit of water. It's not much, but it'll get the job done. And outside connections, we have highway, rail, shipping, and air. So everything here, it's going to be great. And like I said, 77% land suitable for building, which is pretty good. Now, we'll name it, hang on, Solarville. Yes. It's going to start out as a nice little quaint town and build itself up into a nice city with a beautiful skyline. See, you see what I did there? Yeah. Very clever. Oh, jeez. All right. Let's just start the game. Alright, we're in the game, all ready to go. Now, it's actually a really, really beautiful game. It reminds me a lot of SimCity, obviously enough. I'm going to say that right now. I mean, the graphics are similar to SimCity with the whole tilt shift and stuff like that, but it plays so much better. I mean, I have to say that this game was made in Unity. Stop it. Thank you. I know. I'll build the roads in a second. This game was made in Unity, which is incredibly surprising. Incredibly surprising. Unity is just a powerful editor. And this is really the test of what you can do with it. I mean, it's insane. So another thing I want to point out right before we get in here is the size of the city. Now, you might think this is kind of small, and frankly, it might be. But the thing is that as you grow your city, you can expand. And say, you know, once you hit... Okay, so this is where you expand. If this fills up the milestones, then you can expand into a new, you know, new plot. So, say you're building over here, you finally got that milestone, you could purchase this land in here, and this land you can purchase, I think, up to 9 tiles, which can sustain a large population of, I think the max is like 1 million, which is just insane. I mean, this is going to have so much replayability, and the city is going to be so different, and it's going to get quite insane. Now, I've only really had maybe one expansion. Yeah, I haven't really played all too much, but I know the basics, and yeah, we're just going to jump in here. Now, one thing that I will point out is the road network, at least in my opinion, is rather... It's interesting. It's definitely better than SimCity's was, but it's still hard for me. I'm never good when it comes to planning cities, or future-proofing cities, rather. So, when it comes to this, right, so first and foremost, you have to build a little road to unlock any of the other roads. So what I like to do is build a road connecting this to that, because it's not going to be used, really, but it's there. Okay, another thing that we're going to want to do is connect this to a medium-sized road, possibly. Go down here, please. In fact, I'm demonstrating this on the wrong side. let's go over to this side, really, to demonstrate this. I have another save that I have all set up, so I'm not wasting money, trust me. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so here's where the issue begins. Some roads start like this, and you can't build things next to each other or create intersections like that. That's what really drives me insane. Because I like to make sure that my cities look good, and that they're not crazy. So, in this case, I'd have to build something on the lines of, well, what I'm going to show you next. I have another save that I already built a nice little road connection here. And I'm just going to open that up. It's about the same thing. The map is the same. But I finished this road area because I don't want to do that again. So, 1 second, I'll load up that save and I'll show you what I did. And this is what I came up with. Yeah, so this is what you kind of have to do when it comes to stuff like this because they won't connect. Which is fine. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I made it look at least somewhat decent. Decent, yeah. Decent. So it's not that bad. But it's a lot of space. Space that you could be using for residential, commercial, or industrial. It's fine, though. I mean, this works. I like it. It's a nice design. Not much of an eyesore. So, okay, so let me explain what's going on here. I have a couple different lanes of roads in the works here. I have the 4-lane road, obviously, for our main roads here. And I also have the 6-lane road for the one-way coming down here, and the one-way going up there. And, of course, this main road that's going to go all the way down here. Now, this main road is going to connect to the other section once we, you know, expand that far and can supply ourselves over here. But for the time being, I want it to start smaller. So we're going to start up in here, work our way, you know, make a bridge across, obviously, and we'll go from there. Okay, so that's basically the road system. I'm not too good at future-proofing things, so I really wanted to get this out of the way before we came in here, because I would just be spending a lot of time on it. So, now that's done, we're going to go ahead and build this road all the way down to the end here, somewhat to the end. We'll let it stop, like, right there. That's fine. Okay, now we're going to need some area for residential and commercial, which we'll get working in this area over here. So we'll bring this all the way over here. Okay, what else do we have? Well, we should probably bring this down, of course. And maybe over? Oh, yeah, like that. Good. Okay, now what we're going to do is bring these smaller roads to go inside, kind of. And see if we can do this. This. Oh god, I already see some issues here. I think it's because of the terrain. Not too much. I mean, these little grids here are what you zone with. So you can see here, we can plop down residential in here. Now, there's 3 different types of zones. We have residential, commercial, and industrial. And of course, later on, you can unlock the high-density versions of those zones, which will help you with more population. But for the time being, I'm trying to figure out why that's doing that. You know, I'm not sure. But we're going to roll with it and keep it going. Nope, come on. Okay, and dang, it overlaps. Well, that's going to bug me. Okay, at least this kind of splits it down the middle. That's fine. It's not as bad as what it could have been. So that's fine. We'll have some residential in here, some commercial up here. Good. First things first, I want to get down the power and the water situation. So if we take a look at the water, we need 2 sets of things for this. We have water and sewage. Now, they both kind of intertwine with each other in terms of piping. So you only need 1 pipe, and it connects the water and sewage together. One thing you're going to have to kind of look at here is which direction the water source on the map is going. Now, first things first, if you don't have any water on your map, there is a way around it. You can build a water tower, which produces water from any area, essentially. But it is good to have your own source of water, I think. Because of reasons. I'm actually not sure what the offset is. Well, first and foremost, this is more expensive. But other than that, okay, so it does have a pumping capacity of only 60,000, so you will need to produce more of these than you would over here. This is like double the water tower, essentially. So we're gonna place this right here, and the sewage pipe down here. Of course, like I was saying, you need to pay attention to the direction of the water, because if you place the sewage pipe up here and the water pump downstream, you're going to have some issues when it comes to filtering up the crappy water, let's just say, back into your system, and bad stuff. Essentially, bad stuff will happen. Let's put this right down in here. Good. And connect the piping. Like I said, you only need 1 set of pipes. for the sewage and stuff. We'll have a road coming all the way out here, I imagine. Good. Okay, that's all hooked up. Now, they do need to be hooked up to the electricity, so we're going to go into here really quickly and take a look. Now, we can build wind turbines, and we also right now can build a coal power plant. Obviously, the coal power plant is way too expensive for what I'm looking for right now, so we're going to work on some wind turbines. It's less power, but it's easy to put up right now. Okay, so we have actually a lot of wind over here. As you can tell by the gradients, we have about, we're getting about 8 milliwatts right here as opposed to 6 or even 4, which is not too good. So we want this in this general area. So let's go ahead and place this guy down in here. And the way power works, you see these little white boxes around these buildings that require power. What you have to do is connect the electrical wire just inside these little bounding boxes, and it has power. That's essentially how easy power in this game is. And the cool thing is that once you start building residential, of course they will need power, but their white boxes will combine with each other, and it's a little bit easier to spread power. So, I can't really see here. It might be a little bit easier if it was a different color, but for the most part, I can tell where it is right now. So, what I'm going to do is, let's go like this for the time being. I mean, eventually we'll have commercial this way, and I can get rid of this, but right here. It does kind of block up a lot of future, like I said, future expansion, but this is what we're going to have to do for the time being. Okay, as for this guy, we'll send this power node all the way down here. And then right there. Perfect. And what we'll do here is connect the commercial over here, and then that'll connect to everything. Okay, that's all hooked up. Great. Now what we need to do is build our industrial. So let's work our way all the way down here. Well, here. Okay. Let's go like this. So in the future we can build a bridge, of course. That'll be our industrial road or whatever. Connecting up to another industrial sector probably over here. That'd actually be pretty cool, having like a nice little square of industrial. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's bring it down this way as well. There we go. Go like this. And we'll work off of that. For the time being, I don't want to spend too much money, like I already am. So we'll put industrial in there. And let's do this. Okay, so we have different ways to paint our zones. We have, of course, the fill bucket, which I use there. We also have a square-like area where you can kind of mask whatever you want. You also have a small little paintbrush. Goes like that. And a larger paintbrush that goes like that. Okay, we will dezone this, though. Because I want this area up here. No, oh, crap. Whoopsie. This area up here. Okay, and what we'll do here is just connect this up a little bit with the electricity, and now this whole area should have electricity once we start getting buildings. Okay, that's good. Now we need to zone this area down in here. Use the fill bucket. I think we'll get away with just doing this for the time being. We'll also need some commercial. And I want some commercial, obviously, over here as well. Just so I can connect this up to the power. Okay, let's go like this. Actually, I'm not too sure. What do I want to do on this side? Because I can technically repeat this, but I don't want it too close to the industrial sector. So, or I should say district. Everything in this game is going to be based on districts, and I'll explain that a little bit later once we actually unlocked districts. So I'll use that from now on. So this district is, I can at least spread it to this point over here, I think. We don't want to keep it too close because obviously industrial produces a lot of pollution. So we want to come out this way. We'll come out 3 and then up. And then we'll work off the same way. Whoopsie. Really? Crap. Okay, 1 over, that shouldn't be too bad. And then, of course, this. Yeah, this is gonna have to be kind of custom. Custom made. Let's go like this. Okay. And the next thing we're going to need is like that. So come up this way, please. Okay. I spent a little bit more money than I wanted to there, but that's okay. Because we have that nice little grid set up. It's going to be good. Let's zone this area, of course, for residential so that we can connect the power. I think that'll be good. Okay, let's let time pass and see what happens. Okay, yeah, Mayor Rock. So this is like our little Twitter thing. It basically tells us what's happening in the city if you aren't paying attention. So it'll tell you if there's a problem going on a side of your city. Local power plant is online. Maybe I'll get my TV working again. All right, good. It's not a power plant. It's a wind turbine. We're going green. Come on. There we go. Hooray for the mayor. Green energy. Yes, perfect. So we're starting to get some cities. Or cities. Buildings. Some residential buildings here. And it's looking pretty cool. Now, I do have tilt shift turned down, only because it hurts my eyes after a while. But technically, if I go in here, right, I think it... Oh, God, that'd be interesting. What does this look like? Very tilt shifty. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's too much. I'm sorry. I mean, I like the whole idea of tilt shift, but the only issue is that, for me, at least, my eyes get really tired of it really quick. I don't know why. It hurts after a while. Okay. We need some commercial. Come on. We need to connect the power up, because you're not getting any right now. We should have flowing water. Let's do this, because we have some industry coming in here. Good. That should hook up. Yep, there we go. Now, I should make notice again of... What is this? A renegade group of archaeologists discovered that pyramids are indeed landing platforms for Wait, what? For spaceships. Hashtag ancient aliens. Hashtag what if. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of cool little eventful stuff in here that you can take a look at, and it's pretty cool. But I want to talk about the infographics. We obviously have our basic stuff, so electricity and water. You can see the area where the electricity is spreading, and I actually made my projections pretty good when it comes to this one over here. But now we just need some commercial, and hopefully that should connect these two areas together and grab some power for these guys. Now we can also take a look at happiness. Not two people are happy because they don't have electricity, so they can't watch their TV, which is pretty normal. We'll get some of that. We can see the traffic congestion. Looks like there's a lot of traffic coming out. Is that out? Yeah, this is leaving. I don't know. They're going back. They don't want to come in here. That's interesting. Fire. Okay, we can't actually look at the fire, even though it looks like we can. We'll unlock that later on. And, of course, the wind. But we'll unlock more as we go here, like land value, population, public transport, stuff like that. I'll keep looking at that in the future. In fact, I'll just open that up. Keep that open. Okay, speed up some time. We're not making any money, so we're probably going to go down to the negatives, but hopefully once we get things going online here, like the buildings that we want. Yes, look at... And... Yes, we have power now in the residential area, and that means that they can get running water. That was also an issue that I just noticed now, is that without the power, they weren't getting any water down here. But now they all are, which is absolutely great. So these people should be top-notch happy. They're not, but what are you going to do? Besides beat them into submission. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Is there anybody out on the road driving around? No, looks like they're all staying inside, sheltering themselves inside. That's okay. They can do that. I'm not going to judge them. Alright, what do we have going on out here? We have the neighborhood shops. Yep, convenience store. Looks like a burger place. Somewhat. Alright, we have roughly around 180 people, which is pretty good. How's our industrial? Oh, wow. Coming online pretty rapidly, actually. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, there's a slope here. Yep. Well, they'll deal with it. It's fine. Ah, this is great. This is great. Okay. Now, we're starting to get a lot of activity when it comes to the what do you call this? You know, I'm gonna stick with input and output. So the input into the city and the output. I would think that fresh water is basic stuff, but no. No. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, yes, I didn't connect the pipes up here. Right, let's do that before we lose money. Just like... Well, we don't need that much right now. Save money. There we go. Good. We have one guy tweeting out of his house. We could just bulldoze his house and say screw him, but we're not going to do that. Oh, wow. A lot of people just moved into this house right here. We have 5 children, 3 teens, 6 adults, and they're all uneducated. Right. Yeah, we will unlock these schools and stuff like that in the future, but we need more population for that. Okay, we're starting to increase our density. More people are moving in, more houses are going up. I like this. I like this a lot.